Jacob Fry, the mayor of Minneapolis, which is in the last half hour. Joining me now from Minneapolis is Jason DeRusha, a journalist, radio host there, longtime TV anchor. You speak to the people every single day. Give us a sense of the feeling of the folks in Minneapolis tonight.
You know, I will be fascinated to see if there's a different response to this shooting, but to have two shootings involving ICE agents within 1 week is just not sustainable. Our city cannot handle that on an emotional level. Our law enforcement can't handle that as far as responding to the sheer volume of calls. And Alex, you have to look at this situation and say, okay, if the federal government is going to send in 3,000 agents to do immigration enforcement in a medium-sized city, where's the crowd control? People who are trained in that. Where is the investigators? I mean, what are we doing here? I think this is the sort of bubbling over frustration. Now, where I wonder if it's going to be different is, look, it is very different if you have a law enforcement officer who is pursuing a suspect, a car chase. Now, we never know, do you believe the version from the federal government or not? There's not been a ton of disclosure, but we're talking like a broomstick attack, a shovel. This is Minnesota. Everybody's got the winter shovel ready to go. But you can picture that. I keep it in the house. You never know, Alex. There's a lot of snow.
Yes.
But
not as big of an issue in Southern California.
I know it's a little different for you, but you have to be realistic, right? Okay, you can believe in the cause. You can believe that ICE shouldn't be in your community. And you can also remember that these ICE agents often live in our community. And so to have these ICE agents, maybe tonight they were going after someone who really was one of the violent people that we want off our streets, but there's just no trust. And so what is the end game of this? How does this continue moving forward? Because we as a city and as a community can't do this night after night.
Yeah, and to your point, we have not seen any video of this altercation. And we know sometimes video even can be deceiving depending on the camera angle to know exactly what happened. If the story that Homeland Security is saying proves to be true after an investigation, you certainly understand how the officer could be fearing for his life. And in this situation, that officer did not necessarily even shoot to kill. He just shot in the leg to, get out of that situation. So it is a different situation here. But as we see in the streets sometimes, nuance is not a big thing on social media and not a big thing when it comes to mobs.
Well, and I'll also say that I've never had a law enforcement officer tell me about a defensive shot. I'm not familiar with that particular move in the training manual, right? I mean, I'm glad it was a defensive shot, whatever that is. But there are going to be a lot of questions about this. And the reality is, as you astutely point out, people see what they want to see. They hear what they want to hear. They're going to drive this event. Once again, part of the frustration for many of us in Minnesota is that this now becomes another talking point. Oh, the mobs are attacking ICE agents. Oh, they're shooting fireworks off. They're all of this on and on and on. And the reality is, we as a community, yes, I think we all around America agree that if there are dangerous people on our streets, we want them locked up. And if those people should not be in our country, we want them out of our country. But this sort of mayhem in our streets, I was driving around part of St. Paul today to go to my favorite Mexican-owned grocery store. Well, American-owned. It's a third generation owned by a couple of unbelievable women. And it was practically a ghost town because employees are afraid to show up, American citizen employees, and customers are afraid to show up as well. So this is hurting our economy. It's hurting our psyche. And people are getting hurt. And so what is the plan? And to the leaders, what are you guys doing, right? Could we get a governor, a mayor, a president, a secretary of Homeland Security in a room or on a phone and try to figure out what is the path forward besides the legal route that's being pursued?
Yeah, there has certainly not been very much of that bipartisan negotiation in terms of this. Both sides seem to be ramping up the rhetoric, not bringing it down. Jason DeRusha, one of the leading voices in Minneapolis, appreciate you taking time for us tonight. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Alex.